Hello. How are you? Um, I had to talk to my mom on the phone and it was pretty good. It went well. She asked me about whether or not I'd signed up for healthcare, which I hadn't done because just a few days ago, um, I had like half of an edible and I had a bad trip just from that. I'm a lot more sensitive to weed suddenly, so I've had to cut way back. Um, I don't get high as often as I used to, and I certainly don't get high as much as I used to. Um, it makes my life a lot harder, you know. It's just not like it's not like it once was, and it doesn't appeal to me anymore. I mean, not entirely. Um, my mom got back on food stamps, which was really good because she needs that to stay alive. She's not making good money, and she, when you don't have enough money to get healthy food, your health can decline, and that's a problem with her. She needs enough money to buy, fresh f- fruits and vegetables, or at the very least anything like that. It's just a lot harder to get if you don't have enough money. This is known. Um, so I'm glad for her. Um, the thing about it is, like, my trip, it made me hallucinate. I'm actually always hallucinating now. I'm always seeing static. Um, and that kind of that's it can be distracting, and sometimes I can feel the sensations in my head, and I don't like that. Um, let's see, what's anything good? Um, I don't really feel unhappy. I'm going to go for a walk later. Um, I've been exercising more, and that's good. That's good for you. Um, and I've been talking to my friends a bit. I don't socialize like as much. Recently, I've been kind of withdrawn because um, there's just things that I think are important and need to be done. Uh, but I care about my friends a lot, and I care about the viewers as well. Um, because you guys, I mean, you're not really in my life, but it's just special that I have this. And honestly, the people who talk to me in the comments, especially, I find them very I kind of I can get reassurance from the commenters and guidance sometimes. Um, this isn't the same as going to therapy. This is not the same as just going to therapy because a therapist would be more likely to call me out on my bullshit. I think I at times, just because of ego type stuff, I just kind of believe I'm in the right when I'm actually not. Um and that's why I need to go to therapy. Um that Me getting on insurance, that's been put off a little bit, but the therapy is actually free for a little while. Like they're it's like cheap. It's like free at the beginning, I guess. That's how it was put to me and my sister. My sister came with me to my first appointment. Um, that went pretty well. Um, yeah. I hope that you all are doing well. I know that this is probably a stressful time for a lot of my viewers at home because of the Trump administration, and that's affected me as well. I feel affected by, the current the tides in the media and just the world. I mean, I mostly just feel it through the media, but it's not like that simple. It's like there's policy changes and shit. I mean, I kind of try to pay attention to politics because I want to be in the know, but uh, at the same time, it's just it's too it's it bothers me. I was very bothered when I found out that Trump wanted to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. I made a post about that in the community tab. The posts. It's just called posts now. Um, I don't try to drink too much caffeine, but I don't have the meds that I once relied on for functioning. And I've even done a bit of research on Abilify. That was a med I used to take, and it seems like it's actually really bad for people. I didn't have like terrible negative side effects, but I'm worried now that that particular antipsychotic or mood stabilizer or whatever it's supposed to be, it might be quite bad for people. So yeah, I've seen lots of people who've suffered psychosis in, like subreddits on Reddit. Like r/psychosis, r/schizoaffective, r/ schizophrenia, probably bipolar as well. I don't know if I checked that one. Just generally, subreddits dedicated to people who, they go through psychosis. And I don't know if everyone who's bipolar goes through psychosis. That's probably not true, but still, yeah, I I've seen vast amounts of people say that Abilify was bad for them, and it made them tired and depressed and things. I worry that it does. It didn't really do that to me. I kind of felt okay, but it doesn't mean that it can't do that. Like, this is a chemical you put into your body, and I want to be stabilized. I don't want to have to, experience the mood swings that I have and the horrible, like, the paranoia that I have. But Abilify seems in particular to be very risky. I've seen videos. I haven't finished them yet because, things going on now. I've lots to do. Um, but I've seen videos that describe Abilify as causing chemical lobotomy, and that's a very sensational kind of way of putting it, but it 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 does seem like a risky kind of medication, and I used to take it all the time. So, um, a lot has been on my mind. I feel like, in essence, I've been thinking about like my essence as a person and everything. I think I'm most like a punk. You know, I most like identify with punks. I've said before, or at least I've thought before that I'm a little bit of a mod and a little bit of a hippie, and that's true. But like punkness, that's my true essence. Like I'm rebellious in in my personhood and stuff. Just yeah, kind of yeah, and I like punkness most. So that was just sort of a thing I think about myself. I reflect about myself a lot. Um, and this was just something I thought. You know, I still like hippie things quite a bit. I love hippie stuff, and mods as well with their music and some of their aesthetics and things. But truly, I think my allegiance is with the punks most of all. That's where my heart really truly is. So yeah, this is a bit all over the place, but it's okay. Um, these days I often will stay up for about 2 days at a time. That's how it is. I sleep a long time, but not super long, and then I'm awake for about 2 days. Um, so that's been the pattern recently. It's just that, when you have so much energy, if you for me personally, if I try to go to bed with a lot of energy that I just can't get rid of, then it makes me more likely to think about lots of bad things. Have a lot of bad thoughts because I'll be alone with them. And then also, uh, I'll have I'll want to take drugs to make me go to sleep, and you know, there's like there's good reason to just avoid that because I've always had, well, not always, but for years now, most basically since I was 16, and I'm 19 now, but yeah, basically since I was 16, I've had some really bad addiction problems. Um, so I don't want to just keep the cycle going, but yeah, I um I mean there's a reason. There's times where it's best to have a little something because I've got some melatonin, and that's pretty safe, and I've also got hydroxyzine that was given to me by well, it was prescribed to me when I had a panic attack a few weeks ago or something. It's hard for me to keep track of time now because of the sleep disturbances and everything, and just the isolation, the fact that I don't have anything to really give my life structure. I've a little bit, it's relative, but still, it just I'm very isolated, and so uh, that's that's what I'll often use. Sometimes I find like the weed, it actually like doesn't make me tired. It gives me like manic kind of energy. So that's why I try to not overdo it in that regard. I used to mix drugs a lot. That was a thing I did. I mixed drugs a lot, and that's dangerous. These days, I worry a lot about dying in my sleep. Um, just last night, I was trying to sleep, And like when I drifted off, like my body would jolt awake, or I would think about how like my breathing would slow down, and I would think, well, maybe you're gonna just suffocate in your sleep, and it's probably not. It's probably not like that easy to just die in your sleep, but you know the uncertainty is very troubling, and that's how it's been. I don't really want anyone to feel bad for me. I want you guys to know that I'm making progress in my life, but it's just not as simple as like being sad and then all of a sudden I'm happy forever. I know better than that. I know better than that. It's a lot of work, you know. I'm going to call the insurance people tomorrow, or maybe not tomorrow. I can't really say when I'll do it, but I know that I have to get it done by like April 12th. So, um, there is a cutoff that I know I can work. I just have to get it done before then, but I would certainly prefer to do it sooner than later because of, you know, if I put it off, it does clog up my um my mind. I get clogged with the stress. You know, procrastination has always been a problem with me, and I just I don't want to procrastinate too much. So, um, yeah, I thought I would just make a video to talk about this, and I appreciate you for your attention and perhaps you know your compassion. Thank you, viewer. I'll see you later.